Hello and welcome to Affinity. This is a bit of colour theory that is actually quite practical. When we engage in looking at colours, it's very useful to look at the red, green and blue, and you can get into RGB thinking. This takes it a step further and gets into 3M thinking. So what is that? And it's very, very simple. And that's in every pixel. You have red, green and blue values which range between 0 and 1 or 0 and 255 in an 8-bit system. And one of them is the maximum, and one of them is the minimum, and one is in the middle. And understanding what these are doing and how they affect colour is really useful for looking at the RGB values and making useful judgments from that. So let's go back to first principles, if you like, understanding RGB. And when red is high and the other two are low, you're going to get red. Similarly with green and also with blue. And also you can get secondary colours. So when red and green are high, you get yellow. Then with green and blue, you get cyan, and red and blue high, you get magenta. But what about tertiary colours? They're quite simple too. So a tertiary colour, you have one high, one 50%, and the last one at 0. So orange is made up of full red, half green and no blue. And it's also known as red yellow. So there's two naming things. There's names for colours, and there's also a primary and secondary colour used in this format. So you also get then lime green, spring green, which do have other names as well, teal, sometimes called azure, violet and rose. And these are interesting and useful in things like, for example, in the orange and teal, they're opposite colours, and they are used a great deal in colour grading in the movies. You can show these in a colour wheel. So here are the red, green and blue values, and also the angles, because some adjustments you can actually input the angle to get the colour. We can also look on to neutral colours. So when all are high, you get white. When red, green and blue are 0, you get black. And anywhere in between where they're the same value, you're going to get a shade of grey. Then we also get tints, shades and tones. So when they're high, you get a tint. When they're low, you get a shade. And when they're sort of in the middle, then you're going to get a tone. So, and you can use the maximum minimum now, getting to 3M thinking about it, to make sense of these. You can look and say, look, the minimum here is at least halfway up. And that's going to say, that's pretty much a definition of what a tint is. And at the bottom here, when the maximum is halfway down, then you're going to get in shades. And the further down you go, more of a shade. Further up you get here, more light of the tint. And in between, this is when you've got a maximum, minimum, or off the top, off the bottom. And if it's, say, between a quarter and 3/4 there, then that's more of a tone. Although, of course, you can get significant variation around this. But it's a way of thinking about it. And also, you get whiteness. So the lowest value here, this determines white. And this is important if you're thinking like an artist, because artists, to make a tint, will take a colour and add white to it. Likewise, you'll add black to make a shade. And this appears in colour theory in that this black value here is used in CMYK, the K. And the tone in the middle here, and this is where you're getting into those neutral colours again, because the closer these are together, the more grey it is. And grey colours are actually quite interesting and they're useful. And finally, let's have a look at tendencies. When you've got something like this, you can look at this in terms of the things we just talked about. And so here we've got them off the top and in the middle, so it's a kind of tone. But we've got red is the highest one here, and these two are low. So this is sort of like when you've got a primary colour. And indeed, you can see here, because the red is higher, it's more dominant, so the redness comes out here, but in a sort of grey way. So any time one is higher than the other two, then you're going to get something which is approaching a primary. Likewise, if two are higher and the other one is low, then you've got more of a secondary effect. So here you've got the red and green together, so this is giving you a yellowish image in colour. And when they are evenly spread out, then this is going to be more like a tertiary colour. So this is in a straight line here, so you're getting more of an orange. So let's look about how we can use those. So here in this picture, let's get up View, Studio and the info panel, and we'll drag that little thing up here into the sky to see what we can see up here. And what we see in the colours up here, you've got 70 low, then green in the middle and blue high. So what you're getting there is a teal. And if we go down here to the other one here, so let's click that top one here, change that to RGB, drag this one down here onto a red, and what we're going to get here, get onto a red there, that's better. There we see we've got a high red and the other two are low. Now if you want to do a complementary colour scheme, you've got to create opposites. So for this here, because you've got red here, opposite is cyan. We want to make this more cyan. So we can do this with a selective colour. And to make that more cyan, we go to blues. And here we want to get it cyan, so this one here. So this one here, we want to get the green up to be more like with the blue. So that's the cyan combination, which means turn the magenta down. So watch what happens. I turn the magenta down, becomes more cyan, and now you've got the brick here and the sky there, complementary colours, and you get a better kind of colour composition. We can reset this and do the other way around. So if we want, if this here is teal, then we want the bricks here to be more orange. So this time we go to the reds and we want to get the green here up to be closer to the red. And so again we're turning green up, so I bring the magenta down, and now the bricks here are more orange, matching the teal of the sky as a complementary colour. Anyway, that's it. That's about 3M thinking, and I hope that is useful in the way you work and tint and change the colours of your images. Thank you very much for watching.